I've been asked several times to do more vegetarian recipes on this channel, and today I'm going to do exactly that. A Carolyn Black Eyed Bean Curry. It's delicious. It's from my book, The Curry Guy Bible. Let's get to it. So I said this is from the Curry Guy Bible. It was actually originally in my book, the green one there, the Curry Guy Veggie. It proved popular enough that I put it into the collection there, which is the Bible. And we're gonna go ahead and do this. I have all my ingredients ready to go now. We got some curry leaves, a couple of spices, some black mustard seeds, some fenugreek seeds, really nice stuff that's going to go into this black bean curry. And as always, all the ingredients are listed below. No matter where you're watching this, whether it be on my blog or it be on my YouTube channel, you'll have all the ingredients listed out, and I will be telling you what they are as they go into the pan as well. I'm going to start by adding a couple tablespoons here of coconut oil. You can use rapeseed oil or any kind of vegetable oil, but as is Carolyn, I think I'll go with the coconut oil. And we're just gonna let that come up to heat. This is a recipe, by the way, that I learned when I was doing research for the veggie book. I learned it in Newcastle at a restaurant called Uri, and it was really good. I tried quite a few of their vegetarian dishes, and I liked it so much I asked if I could come back and learn the recipe. So the next day I did exactly that. I went back, the chef showed me exactly how to make this, and I'm so glad he did. You'll probably be glad he did too, because it's so good. So this is now quite hot, this oil. I'm gonna go ahead and add about a teaspoon of black mustard seeds. And mustard seeds, unlike other spices, are spices that really need to have a high heat. They need to burst because they're going to burst their flavor into that oil. Whereas other spices, you might burn them if you cook them over too high a heat. So as you can probably hear there, they're starting to crackle. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of fenugreek seeds. Now that's something you don't see very often in northern curries, northern Indian curries and stuff, where you actually add the seeds, but they do add a really nice flavor, and they do cook out, so they're not going to be really crunchy at the end either. And the aroma that's coming into this room right now, that's one of the reasons why I love this one so much. To that, I'm going to add a nice handful of curry leaves, fresh curry leaves. You could use fresh or frozen curry leaves. Don't use the dry ones because they have just have no flavor, so you may as well just leave them out. But if you can get your hands on the nice fresh ones or even some frozen ones, do that. It's Carolyn cooking after all, and they use curry leaves in pretty much everything. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some onions. This is just a red onion there. A couple of red onions, which I chopped into little segments, thinly sliced and chopped into segments. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt here, and that's just gonna help bring out the moisture from the onions and also help cook them a little bit faster. And I really only need to fry these for a few minutes, just to soften them a bit. It's not a meat dish, so a lot of times with meat dishes you might really want to brown them. This is more of a fresh flavored curry. And you just want to get the onions soft, let them flavor that oil. There we are. And it's going to let that cook for about a minute. All right, so these have been cooking now. They're nice and soft. The aroma is amazing already. Now I'm going to add some julienne ginger, some garlic, which I just kind of thinly sliced, and also 3 finger chilies. And as with all these recipes, you can make this as spicy as you like. Carolyn food is usually quite spicy. They like their green chilies out there. They like the red chilies too. So I'll leave that up to you. If you just want the flavor of the chili, but you don't want it to be too spicy, you can always take the membranes and the seeds out, and that will calm it down some, and you'll still get the nice flavor from them. All right, and now to that, I'm going to add some turmeric, a little bit of coriander, and some chili powder. And let's give that a nice stir. So that could just sit there and simmer for a little while, but I'm going to go ahead and move on with the recipe. I'm going to add, you can add fresh or you can add tinned tomatoes. Now I live in the UK, so you don't always, sometimes it's difficult to find the really nice fresh tomatoes like you find in sunnier climates. So I tend to use tinned, especially in the winter months. And using tinned, you'll also get a brighter color. You'll get a redder color than if you just use chopped tomatoes. There we are. Now I've got my black-eyed beans, and normally I cook my black-eyed beans from, I buy the dried ones, and I just cook them as per the instructions until they're soft and ready to go. Today I've kind of cheated and I've used tinned, which are absolutely fine for this one. And I'm just going to add those all in there. I think that might be a bit too many. Let's just see how that looks when I give it a stir. Now I love my meat curries very much, but I promise you that if you are a meat lover, you're not going to miss the meat with this recipe. And it's so quick and easy to put together. If I were cooking this longer, I would add a little bit of vegetable stock, maybe a little bit of water instead, and just let it sit there and simmer. But I'm not today. I'm just going to show you how this is done, and it's going to be just fine the way it is. I'm going to add yogurt. Now, a lot of times in Carolyn food, you'd use coconut milk, and coconut milk will work for this recipe too. So if you would rather use coconut milk, give it a try. Believe me, I've tried it, it works. But when I learned to make the recipe, they were using yogurt. And with yogurt, this is a plain natural yogurt. You don't want to add it very quickly. You want to add it just a little bit at a time so that it doesn't curdle. I got about 200 grams of yogurt here, and I'm not going to necessarily use it all. That's looking really nice to me. I might add a little bit more, why not? There we are. I'm just going to let that simmer now for about 5 minutes. Just to kind of let those ingredients get to know each other, let the flavors get into the beans, because they become really nice and soft. They become softer than fresh out of the tin. And we'll come back for a taste test. Okay, so this has been simmering for a few minutes there. It's about time for a taste test. Before I do that though, I'm going to season it with a little bit of salt. We're going to add, for some tartness, we're going to add some lime juice. All these flavors, you can play with them. You just keep trying it. You decide what's best for you. If you want to add a little bit more lime juice, you do that. A little bit more salt, it's up to you. Even pepper if you want to add it. It's not in the recipe, but go for it. I'm just going to add a little bit of coriander to that as well. Stir it in. And I've made this enough times. I know it's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm going to give it a try anyway. That is really good. I like meat curries too. I know there'll be some of you out there thinking, oh, give me the meat curries. No, try this one. Try this one too, because I promise you, you're gonna love it. Thank you very much for watching this. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you do give this a try, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. If you're looking for a proper Indian vegetarian curry that delivers big on flavor, you're going to love this. The black-eyed beans give it a deep, almost creamy texture, and together with the other ingredients, it's comforting and completely satisfying. Even the biggest meat lovers won't want to miss it.